Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Yusri Shabil bin Yusran. I'm from Year 5. I'm from SK Ranggutawa. Say no to drugs. Drugs are substances that change the way a person acts, feels, and behaves. When drugs are taken in a form of overdose, the term drug abuse is applicable. Drugs are both legal and illegal. Most people use drugs illegally due to different reasons. Bye. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Muhammad Irfan Rizwan bin Anwar. I'm from 5 Mumtaz SK Ranggu. Today, I am glad to share a story about a drug addict which became full recovery soon after getting some rehabilitation. I cannot tell you my name or where I live or even the specialty within which I practice medicine. I cannot do so for I have been shamed, embarrassed and at times stigmatized. Even today, years later, I fear retribution, liability and even prosecution. Some of this may have been deserved at one time, but today my story is one of success. It is a story of hope, of support, and of recovery. I share this intimate tale so that you, my colleagues, and friends in the medical field can hear the human side of addictive disease, of its precarious grip, and of the freedom and confidence from which I have emerged from this terrifying illness. My drug use did not begin until medical school. I was never a drinker in high school or even in college, nor did I use drugs socially. Then, one evening when I was finding it hard to stay awake to study for an organic chemistry exam, a friend directed me to some simulants that were available in sample form. The result was perfect. I began using the pills rather innocently whenever I need a boost. To me, it was like a cup of coffee, only better. I soon learned that I could order the pills on the internet and have a supply whenever it was needed. Throughout this time, I still felt on top. Despite my drug use, I was a physician with a thriving practice. I provide quality care and had no patient complaints. I had a wife and children that relied upon me and saw me as a great provider. My friends and family admired me. I was respected in the community. I enjoyed my status and felt it was deserved, having achieved academically as well as socially since childhood. And then one day, the Drug Enforcement Agency came to the door inquiring about fraudulent prescription. The reality of the situation took months to sink in. My reaction was disbelief. I was no druggie engaged in covert activities, and I was certainly no criminal. I was admired and respected physician. I was sure the entire misunderstanding would be cleared up with a smile and apology. I could not have been more wrong. The shame and magnitude of my tumble was immeasurable. Not only did I face the legal and professional ramification of having written improper prescriptions, but I had to cope with the personal humiliation of a fall from grace. I was no longer the icon of success I have worked a lifetime to achieve. I was now tempted not only in the eyes of my colleagues, but also for the very first time in my own. Fortunately, when everything was crumbling around me, I got support and advice. With the guidance of Physician Health Service (PHS), I got into a treatment program that helped me realize that I suffered from a virulent illness and was both worthy and deserving of help. I was medically detoxified from the effect of that medication. I had now stopped taking. I learned to take responsibility for my behaviors after months of treatment out of state, learning about my disease and learning about myself, I came back home feeling strong. I was healthy, drug-free, clear thinking, and ready to pull my career back together. Unfortunately, my career was not yet ready for me. Despite the fact that I had never had a malpractice case and had never harmed a patient, there would be months of waiting for the licensing board to address my petition to go back to work. I would be investigated, questioned, and challenged. This process lasts for months on end, and when I did get my license, it was with extensive restrictions and requirements for informing everyone with whom I had professional contact of my probationary status and of my disease. This required disclosures then led to a new round of inquiries by third-party credentialing agencies without which I could not sustain a practice, so I began the journey again. More questions, more disclosures, more humiliation. The greatest challenge of all was the subsequent public disgrace. The day my license was finally restored, a press release issued informing the public of my professional discipline. My name became front page news highlighted by lyric reference to drugs, diversions, and criminal activity. There was no mention of my recovery from illness nor of the months and years of personal work and growth. Although I was angry and frustrated with the obstacles I was facing, I now had the tools to deal with this stress. Through PHS, I had a physician support group where I could meet and learn from other doctors who faced these some struggles. I had an outlet for sharing my experience and for learning from examples that there was indeed hope for my future. And most importantly, I had my sobriety and my health. Ultimately, I did return to practice. It was no easy journey. The process took years. During this time, I was doubted by others and I doubted myself. But now I am stronger. I have the confidence of knowing that whatever is before me, I can heal. As a result, I am better healer. My practice is now as successful as ever. I continue to be board certified in my specialty. I continue to provide quality care. I also have additional contributions to make to the profession. I am more open-minded and less likely to pass judgment. I have learned that medicine is not about being powerful or respect, but about being respectful and compassionate. I have learned that physicians, like all people, have the susceptibility to become ill and the capacity to become well. However, to encourage wellness, we, as a profession, need to provide resources and nurturance, not shame and humiliation. I am now sober and can't imagine facing life any other way. And I share this story so that all of my colleagues in the medical field will know that they too can embark successfully upon this journey. I hope this story will inspire us all that drug abuse not only can make you getting addicted, but it is also can kill the values of life. Thank you. Bye.